to another episode of Meaning the Stars podcast. Do you guys remember when I said last episode that we only go up from here? Well, I was wrong because we had more down to go.
We were all wrong. We were all mistaken. We were all led astray. Okay, first of all, it's a summer return party, so like
Yes.
I can't hate it that much.
No,
it was still a new episode. It was still good. However, like compared to the material that we've gotten thus far, I think the big issue, and look, okay, I feel like I need to. Clearly, this episode was controversial.
For sure.
It was a little bit disheartening.
Yes.
But I don't think anything, like, I think it served its purpose.
Yes.
And I think, we are over being, like, too upset about it or anything. We're just looking forward to what's coming. So I'll probably end up getting upset this episode talking about it. But what I wanted to say was we were just all kind of led astray, like with the material we've gotten episodes prior. Episode 8 was like so like high energy, and then we got the trailer. I think that's what really
100%.
That was definitely the mistake of that trailer. It really set us up to like have such high expectations for what this episode was going to be, and it just really wasn't that. I mean, I guess I understand why, like, we saw the next 24 hours of, like, the downfall of the wedding. However, I feel like most of it could have been inferred.
Yes.
Like, Jeremiah being a jerk and being like he was this episode, I didn't need to see 30 minutes of that. I could have inferred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
But there was also other things that were kind of wrapped up. Staler. Hopefully Jeremiah's arc. I don't know. It's confusing.
It was a lot. This episode was definitely confusing watching it after, again, that run that we had.
I feel like we all kind of were just left like, oh.
Yeah, I will say for the first time watching it, I was like so excited, and I was like, looking forward to all these things. And then when it ended, I was kind of like, wait, we like nothing really happened. I mean, we had a lot of things that happened, but nothing really happened. And I think that was the issue too, because one, we got the trailer, but two, like, we only have 2 episodes left now. So we were like, this is gonna be moving, like, we're gonna be in a different place, different time, probably different pace. And when we didn't get that, it was very disappointing.
Definitely a pacing issue.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, we were like, okay, nothing happened that, like, oh my gosh, I don't think anything was shown that we didn't need. I mean, yes, but only because we only have 2 more episodes.
Right.
Had we had more episodes, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm glad I got to see all of this, But considering we only have 2 more episodes, I was like, okay, do we need to still be here doing this?
Yeah. There are a lot of thoughts of, like, this episode too. Like, a lot of people are saying this episode was just like, there's a lot of people saying it was filler, which I can see.
I can see. I don't think it really was.
Yeah,
because
and then there's happened. A lot of things got resolved in a way. And then there's a lot of people saying that it was just an ad episode because they had to pay for the Paris budget and for all the Taylor Swift songs. But I think really our issue, what comes down to it as a bulk thing, is that we did not get any Belly Conrad content.
I think that was like the main issue. Once you strip everything back, you realize that, like, oh, we got like no Belly Conrad content
at all,
like at all this episode, and that's the first time that's happened ever, really. So I think that's what really, like, when you, like,
we're starving
when you boil it down, considering we were excited for the Belly Conrad arc to begin,
right,
so to be hit with, like, oh, you get 0, and it's like, instead you have to watch this man-child cry about whatever, and, like, again, we will get into it.
So this episode is going to be a little bit shorter because there's not a lot. I mean, there is, but there isn't.
But I also just kind of, like, want to move on. I'm like, you know what?
We're
like,
over it.
So excited for Belly Conrad. I'm so over this. Like, I just need this wait. These last couple of days have been like
terrible,
excruciatingly long.
Like,
and I think it's because
so long.
we still have so long, and I think it's just like the lack of content. Like, we don't have edits, we don't have like think pieces really, because there's not that much to think about.
And then we're also gonna just talk about this episode a little bit different in this episode, because again, it was kind of a weird, we got weird content is all I can say.
It was all over the place. We didn't really spend a lot of time with Belly, our main character. Like, I think apart from there being a Belly Conrad, we were all expecting Belly to like really have her Paris arc,
have her moment,
and it was just like, oh wait, it's not that. So,
which I think we're gonna have in the next episode, but also it's like, okay, we only have one episode left after this.
Like, it's a little frustrating.
There's a lot to it. We could honestly talk about it for a long time.
We could, but we're choosing not to, because we're like, we just don't want to give the energy to that, because again, like, it's just a little disheartening. And also, I'm sure all of y'all are like over it as well. Like, I think everybody's collectively over it, and it's just like, okay, moving on to better things.
I would not be surprised if the reviews for this episode are not very good.
Like, for this podcast episode, I'm not expecting a lot.
Okay, in terms we get views. It. We honestly didn't even feel like filming something, because we're like, dude, does anyone even like does anyone care? Because we don't. Like, that episode was like a snooze fest. We truly just want to get our Belly Conrad endgame, talk about that, and move on.
I like understand there was things that happened. Like, okay, we'll just get into it. Like, we could talk in circles, but
this is true.
Let's just get into it. We're gonna start with everything, like all the cousins arc, everything going on back here. Obviously we start at the airport. A highly anticipated moment that
gave us nothing,
but we were also kind of expecting nothing, because we were, there was
like, a lot of theories. There was a lot of theories of different things that could happen, which I honestly thought the thing that did happen was going to be like the last option,
See, here's the thing. The same time, there were so many theories, but the overarching one was like, but I think we're not gonna get anything.
Like, if anything,
I would love this to happen, but I think we're not gonna get anything. I would have loved them to see each other, because I think it's just,
it would have been more buzzy.
So buzzy. Conrad. It would have been such a shock to Conrad. He has no context. He doesn't know. He just sees Belly leave on a plane to Paris. Like, that would be crazy. But it didn't happen like that. No. But we did get a little bit of, he sends her there, and she wanted to go again. We could have told you, like, oh, she was gonna get stopped by someone being like, hey, your ticket.
She was boarding, like, hello.
Like, we knew that was gonna happen. But she doesn't say hi, she doesn't do anything, and then he kind of like senses her after.
That invisible string, guys.
Invisible string is, and that's the last we see of those two together.
Don't
in
see
the same
each other.
vicinity, like, whatever.
And then we get Adam calling Conrad, telling him that the wedding got called off. Conrad is gagged. What do you?
Conrad is gagged.
That man cannot even speak. Like,
he's shocked to his core.
Crazy. I too would be. And so Adam's like, hey, can you go check up on Jer? Like, I'm caught up with the wedding stuff. Blah blah blah. Conrad is still like, wait, I did this.
He's still shocked. He's like, wait, what's going on?
We will talk about, it wasn't him.
He didn't do it. But he did not. He's
in his mind, I think he is thinking, oh my gosh, did I do this?
He's feeling very responsible for everything, but truly he's not.
So then we get the bar. Jeremiah sulking at the bar.
Being a baby. And I will say this once and I won't say it again. He has a right to be upset. But he's such a baby, and he's so rude and such a man-child that it's like, you don't have a right to do all of that.
I will say that with last episode, but this episode mostly, they really tried to make the audience feel bad for him, but then it just got worse.
Like, are they? I'm kind of confused about that.
That's what I got from the beginning of the episode.
I feel like they wanted us to be sympathetic for him, but like, I left that we all left that being less sympathetic.
Yeah,
I don't even care about his arc anymore. Like, I'm like, are they? Like, if your goal was that, you failed. If your goal was to make me hate him more,
yeah,
you
won.
succeeded.
At the beginning, I did want to kind of start feeling bad for him because I'm like, I mean, you know, it's valid. Like, even though he knew he was getting himself into this and he could have probably seen this coming, like, it's valid to be upset. But then he started acting the way he did, and I'm like, I
rolling, like,
no, I genuinely don't care. Like, we and you've known, if you followed us, we've looked for a, you know, good trope for Jeremiah, to like a good, you know, ending for him and a good arc. But now I really don't care. I don't want to know anything about him.
And
Like,
that's
he
why,
is
like,
just so
it's confusing to me because I mean, we're still expecting a redemption arc for Jeremiah.
right.
But I thought it was going to be like a whole season thing. I
Yeah.
thought we were going to start to chip away at that redemption arc for the whole season to where we get to the point where we are now and we're able to see his growth in the way he responds to this whole situation.
Right.
Because he's responding the exact same way he did in season 2.
If
1
not
and
worse.
2, you know, if not worse. So, like, I don't believe that there's been any growth. So
anything,
how am I gonna believe that there's gonna be a bunch of growth in the next 2 episodes?
Exactly.
And I don't care. You know, like,
no. It got to that point where it's like, is it even worth exploring? Because, like,
and
if anything,
I
he's
don't
getting
even think we're
worse.
gonna see it that much. I think it's gonna be very, like, we are assuming that he's going through this, he's putting in the work.
Right.
But I feel like it would have been much more productive for us to see that throughout the whole season.
And maybe it's one of those things where, like, he had to get to his lowest of lows,
and, like,
which
I understand that, like, this is a low, but I feel like, how do you have that arc throughout the whole season where he's slowly maturing, slowly growing? He could have reacted to this in a very different way,
which would have shown a lot of growth
while still showcasing that it's a low. You know, like, I don't know. It's confusing because I'm like, what are you trying to do?
We definitely have a lot of questions as to why some of the things executed in this episode were executed the way that they did. And Jeremiah's trope is definitely one of them.
Because I don't really want to invest any more time into this if there's only 2 episodes left and I'm all of a sudden supposed to believe. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not really a fan of him, so I'm like, fans of him are going to be invested into that. So,
which the fans that are defending him, though,
I don't see how you could be defending him after this.
Lost. It's a dark room, and I don't know how to get my way out.
I really don't, genuinely, because he displayed, like, just really insensitive behavior, really, like, manipulative behavior.
Yes.
Like, let's call a spade. It was manipulative. And it was like, clearly you're not actually thinking about anyone but yourself. Right. And you're not actually thinking, period.
Right.
Like, see how he's acting now. He's acting callously. He's being rude to those around him. And everybody's just taking it. Yeah. And, like, you know what? Fine. But it's just so... it's so aggravating to see.
A little bit of what we see in this episode too, which we've talked about, but it really is kind of like the influence that Jeremiah has on other people and, like, the way that he acts. Like, we get to see that a lot this episode. And I just this whole, again, Jeremiah, this whole episode, obviously, but this bar scene specifically where he's just willingly wanting to get rid of his mother's ring when it was such a good gesture that Conrad had done for him.
Yeah.
And then, like, calling his brother a rat.
Like, okay, whatever.
I don't know. I just feel like, I'm genuinely confused as to why they made us hate him even more this episode.
And then, like, I don't know. It's just, I didn't like it. I don't think any of us liked it. No. It was just...
I will say there were some funny parts, like this scene specifically, or not this scene, but like, when he's like eating the burger and he's like being funny.
Okay. Question mark? No, but I think Gavin does a good job of acting drunk. So anyway, and I feel like had we known it wasn't this, like, almost facade of his, this whole, like, woe is me act, because we saw that it was an act.
Yeah.
Had that not been an act, then I would have been like, okay, yeah, I feel for the kid. But no, it was just all an act. It was all like petty and manipulative.
And we go back again to the same argument is Jeremiah, you've known all along.
And not only that, like, okay, you've known, you decided to go into it. You have to take accountability for that.
Exactly.
Like, you can be hurt from it, but you have to be aware of your part in it. Your part in it. Yeah. You are just as much responsible for getting into this because you knew what you were getting into. Yeah. You know, like, yeah, I'm sorry, and the thing is, no one's holding him accountable in any sense.
That's also the tricky part of this episode.
No, it's not tricky. It's just frustrating to watch. Like, it wasn't tricky at all. Like, it's just annoying, frustrating to watch. And that's what left me in the episode with a sour taste in my mouth
and it makes you hate the man even more.
Like, why nobody's just the difference in the way these two characters are being treated. Yeah. Because it's just I don't even want to get into it. It's like too much.
It's baffling, especially when you're dealing with these types of issues that we're going to get into. Anyway, we have Steven and Taylor literally being like, who cares? Kind of.
They literally don't care.
They literally don't care. They said, we want to get back together. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like, you know, they're like, who cares about
whatever they got going on?
No, genuinely. And obviously Taylor is in that position because she wants to explore whatever it is with Steven, not necessarily because she wants to, you know, be there for Jeremiah. Yeah. But we see that in the end, she kind of is trying to be supportive with Jeremiah. I
don't know. It's weird.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. And then, I mean, we see Conrad arrive and Steven, I thought you were gonna be like going up in my list, but in fact you went down. And this is one of the things where it's like, I don't see why we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Okay, you decide to make the relationship sink even further, to Steven be even more mad at Conrad, for this all to go down a little further. Okay, you only have 2 episodes now where you have to convince the viewers that is resolved.
Yeah.
And I feel like the things that have been said, the place we are at now, where Conrad has been the punching bag of all these characters, he has been, like, disregarded and, like, mistreated and talked down on.
Yeah. A lot.
With no, like, consideration of his feelings, of where he's been, of what he's been dealing with, and then his mental health issues.
Exactly.
So now you want us to believe that it's all fixed because they're gonna have a little quick conversation where Steven's like, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry, and then Conrad being Conrad, he's like, yeah, no, I forgive you.
Yeah,
that's not satisfying to the viewer because I want there to be real conversations, right?
Especially when you know the ending, like, you know, they're gonna, I mean, they already were family, but they're even going to get closer to that point of, like, being family. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to just be like, that eventually got resolved. When you're literally focusing on, like, you know, them not even
if you're going to give us this, you need to be able to give us a good resolution with good conversations around it. But at this point, having only 2 episodes left, I don't want to see that if it is at the expense of Belly Conrad.
Exactly. Like, we want more Belly Conrad.
Now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because while I want to see that, and I feel like I'm gonna be left a little unsatisfied if I don't want to see it at the expense of Belly Conrad, and I'd rather be Belly Conrad, so it's just gonna be, like, thrown off.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get why we're gonna make this sink further and have no kind of step towards resolution in those relationships and stuff, if we're not going to have time to explore it properly, you know?
Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying because, especially when you've seen the history with these characters, you've seen how close they've come, especially when you've seen Steven, like, he knows his issues, he knows that, you know, he deals with other things, and there's things he doesn't know, and so it's like, you know, like, he doesn't even try to be understanding, which is why it pisses me off. It pisses off the viewer.
That was the whole thing that really, I think, set everybody off.
Yeah.
In terms of, okay, Conrad literally has been going through it. Like, this is emotional warfare for him at this point. And he's the only character who we openly talk about him having mental health issues. Yet he's the only character who is aggressively like taking accountability for his actions,
even
to
when
the
he
point
doesn't
where
have
he
to.
doesn't need to. A, B, he's being held responsible for things that aren't his fault, for things that other people had major parts in, and that, like, this wouldn't be called off if Jeremiah and Belly didn't have a part in it.
Right.
If it was
Exactly.
just Conrad like having feelings for Belly and it
Yeah.
didn't matter, this
Yeah.
wedding would still have
Yeah.
happened, and it would have been,
Yeah. Which was the argument I saw a lot of people say. It's like, even if Conrad had, like, Conrad did confess his feelings, but if Belly and Jeremiah had what everybody assumed that they had, or even what they thought that they had, it wouldn't have done any difference, because it shouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
If Belly loved Jeremiah as much as everybody thought, as much as she herself thought, which she didn't because she was lying to herself, it wouldn't have made a difference. It was just like if a random guy would have been like, an ex would have been like, hey, I still love you. Okay, well, that's
weirdo,
not
get
how
out of
I
my
roll.
life. Yeah.
Funny you did that now, but it doesn't change anything.
And like, I don't even want to go chronological. I just kind of want to like go hit different people's arcs, because with Conrad and Steven and Conrad of this whole episode, like, he's being talked down about, and he's like, this is your fault, whatever. Why did you do this? Like, why did you ruin the wedding? Why did you betray your brother? You backstab your brother, etc., etc. When, okay, hold on. None of y'all wanted this wedding in the first place. Y'all thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
A. B. Y'all know
the
history. C. I think you can deduce that if it didn't matter, then the wedding would still be going on. D. Specifically, Stephen and Taylor, like, they know what happened between Belly and Conrad and the feelings that they shared between each other.
Yeah.
How are you gonna then in turn be okay with Jeremiah getting with her when he did at the end of season 2, and then be surprised when this all comes back and bites him in the butt?
Yeah.
And then act like it's all Conrad's fault.
Yeah. And there's just so many issues
again
with
like
this.
I don't even want to get into it because it's just gonna like,
there's so many issues with this, but I think something that really, like, out of all of it rubs me the wrong way, but to go as far as to naming him like you vulture, like,
you vulture,
that's crossing so many lines.
Genuinely, things like
what
in
do
the
you
last
mean?
episode he said like, oh, your little sad boy BS, and then Taylor being like, oh, weren't you gonna go back to your little like hermit cave, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, wait, are we just forgetting the fact that this person has dealt with mental health issues that you even know about? So it's not a little sad boy BS act. It's actual mental health issues. He's dealt with depression. He's dealt with anxiety and panic attacks. And you're just like brushing it off, using it to like pointing it out so callously.
Make themselves feel better for some reason.
Make themselves feel better. Like, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But then also, Steven, you overheard the conversation between Belly and Taylor. I don't know how much you overheard of it, but you overheard how Belly was reacting about being called out in this relationship. Yeah. And you can't deduce the fact that, oh, maybe this wedding being called off might be for the best. Like,
no, I fear we've lost the plot. Like, these characters genuinely aren't thinking, and it's frustrating because you're like, wait, we're supposed to be ending a whole show. Like, things are supposed to be
moving along, moving
forward. People are supposed to be growing, and then it genuinely feels like we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it really does.
Yeah.
No, it's annoying because not only are they upset about it being Conrad's fault, but they're coming after his character. And let's not forget, yeah, it's been 5 years, but the man still is grieving. Like, we've mentioned it before. Like, grief doesn't have a timeline. And just because Jeremiah is grieving in a different way doesn't mean that. And also, we've talked about it too. And I think it was more like in our conversations, but they act like Conrad's gone and disappeared and hasn't done anything with his life when he's literally the one that's achieved more than most of them. I mean, Steven has done quite good things.
Like, it's not like he's just gone off to, whatever. They all knew where he were. He's been in like college and then now med school. Like, yeah, he's not just sad and depressed in his
On
room.
the other hand, Jeremiah, what has he done? Proposed to
But it's not
someone?
even about like having to compare the two. It's just about like these
No, I know, but
characters
it's like the double
thinking
standards.
exactly, these characters thinking logically, having the double standards and the parentification of Conrad.
Yeah.
He is held to a higher standard by all these people, which is why when he does something selfish, oh, all of a sudden he's the worst person in the
Yeah.
world. They act like he killed someone. Like truly, it is so
It's
it is
ridiculous.
ridiculous, and I feel like people are like so over it now where it's
Yeah.
like it's being called out. Like I don't it's not fun to watch
No.
Conrad have to suffer.
No.
It isn't. Like it's not fun.
It's
Like
been so long. You would think there was a little sense of like, growth or like
like
understanding.
it's all literally all we want is like a little shred of understanding from these characters. And we saw it from Taylor.
Yeah.
Her being like, it's not all your fault, this is on them too, and like
Yeah.
recognizing that he's worried about Belly because Jeremiah sure as hell wasn't. Jeremiah sure as hell was not worried about Belly.
No.
Seems like no one else was worried about Belly, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And being like, you know what, like I'll try, but and then like them knowing how much Conrad is trying, like being like, okay, make sure he eats,
Yeah.
and with the
Yeah.
Gatorade thing, and they're so insensitive to that. It's so annoying.
I think a lot of it goes back to that in a way, well, we know Jeremiah is being like selfish and he's just thinking about himself, his feelings, and like how this is going to destroy his pride. But also, Taylor and Steven are being selfish because they're focusing on their relationship. And yeah, they know that, like, Belly and Jeremiah are both hurting and that Belly wanted space. But at the same time, it doesn't give him room to like analyze truly what happened. Like, wait,
Yeah, like
what went wrong?
they're a bit too focused on themselves, which I don't really blame them for that. Like their life does not
Yeah.
revolve around, these three.
Yeah.
But it's just like
it doesn't give them the
it's a
right to
bit
act the way that they are.
yeah, it's a bit like disheartening to see them throw it, especially Steven, be so callously mean. He's being
Yeah.
mean to Conrad. It's not about, just being a little petty or anything. He's being
No.
mean. Like
Yeah.
calling him a vulture, being like, no one cares about your needs. You are the problem. That's mean. Considering this person is not that. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he knows Conrad is not any of those things. He grew up with him. Yes, he did this selfish thing, but it's not his fault it got called off.
They act
You
like
should
he
be able to
killed
see
someone.
you should be able to see the bigger picture. A, B, you know the character of this person and you're just bringing them on purpose because he knows saying those things is hitting him.
Yeah.
Where it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what makes it worse.
That's what makes it worse.
That he's not even trying to understand and be like, okay, well, like, why did you do this? Like, what's going on? Like,
and like
Jeremiah is over here like this, like,
Yeah.
And I think at the same time, like, for me, I would have liked to see maybe Taylor. She was more understanding of Conrad, and she saw like the whole, like, he got her the red Gatorade, which was the only thing that works with Jeremiah. That like, hey, Conrad is trying,
and while we can recognize that that's not what Jeremiah needs.
Yeah.
Like, let's cut him some slack and be like, okay, you know what? Like, we see that you're trying, but truly it's not what he needs right now.
Yeah.
That's understanding. Like, no one's saying it's wrong that Conrad is, like, not needed, but they're just going about telling him that in such a, like, careless, like, rude, mean way.
Yeah.
And then we finally got the Steven finding out about Cabo.
Don't even.
And it was like the most unsatisfying thing because yes, he gets mad because again, they're trying, like, he's over here just being mad about the whole situation, but Taylor's kind of trying to get him to contextualize, like, no, it's not just a high school relationship. Something happened over Christmas, which led to this thing in Cabo. So then he finds out, but he then uses it.
He gives us nothing.
And I'm sure it's gonna come up eventually. But like in that moment, he uses it to justify his own actions. Hold on, wait.
Actually, I'm not surprised you're acting the way that you are.
Hold on, wait. That's not 1 + 1 does not equal 2. How are you gonna say, oh, they're dysfunctional, so us cheating is not even bad? and then use that as a segue to, you know,
to mend the relationship.
The conversation that they had eventually, because they're like, oh, we're communicating, start to make out, okay, but the conversation they have eventually is productive. It was a good conversation. That's the kind of conversation I want from all these characters in all these different relationships. So it was a productive conversation, but I'm like, how did we get here? Like,
but then at the same time, like, hearing that conversation is like, wait, okay, you should then understand,
like, if you're still hung up on Taylor, Conrad, how are you confused about how Conrad is feeling?
I don't
think he is. I don't think he is confused. I think he's just mad and he's being mean.
Yeah.
He's not confused. It's not that hard to deduce everything that's going on. Yeah. I think he's just mad and upset and he's taking it out on Conrad, and it's unfair.
Yeah, it truly is.
I mean, and it sucks because we're Taylor stans. Yeah. But it made it so unsatisfying because we're like, wait, how did we get here? Like, wait, what's going on? Like,
give us nothing, Steven, because no, like, yeah, like it's so annoying.
It was just kind of crazy.
No, like, it's baffling, and every reaction I've seen, it's like, wait,
yeah, what? They're like, yes, Steven, he's finding out. Yes, he's mad, and then it's like, wait, how did you get that from that?
Yeah, like didn't do anything, didn't try to even understand, okay, well, maybe this is what this happened, you know, even have that conversation with Taylor, and like,
and again, you know, like, their lives don't revolve around them, so they don't have to, but like,
but then again, this is their show. Literally, was I gonna say, this is the Belly Conrad show. Like, give me the Belly Conrad show.
At the end of the day, no, it's just, it was a little baffling. I'm glad that he recognized, like, oh, I've been cleaning up this guy's tears, and like, he cheated on me. Like, I'm sure we'll see all of that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't even want to see that because it's gonna be the expense of Belly Conrad.
We go back.
Was there even just one more episode left after this? Like, I'd be like, okay, guys, like, we don't have time to like deal with all these things. Go back
to the fact that we only have 2 episodes left.
Taylor is like, they're a good place right now, and we don't have to see all that drama. But like, it's just kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah. No, I'm glad they wrapped it up. Hopefully, we don't get any like big Taylor screen time.
But
it's frustrating. It was really frustrating. It truly is, and it really makes those like people talking about like, oh, this was just, you know, a sponsored like commercial episode, and it even makes you more frustrated because it's like, yeah, like, you know, we really didn't, we got some, but we didn't really get a lot from this episode, and now I'm just mad. Now I'm just mad.
Yeah, one character that like I did like this episode was Taylor, because again, like,
she had some growth.
Had growth. Like, it's just, I think she was in a position where she was kind of like in the middle of everything.
Yeah, poor her.
She had to be the mediator for like everyone, basically, because everyone was just crazy. She was over here taking care of Jeremiah, having to deal with the thing with Steven, but also being empathetic towards Conrad. It's like, oh my gosh, like, girl, take a break.
And I'm also sure
while she's all worried about Belly wanting to be with Belly, having to deal with these kids. Like,
I'm glad we got to see though, like, her telling Conrad, like, hey, if I hear from her, like, I will
like, that was sweet. And like, I'm again, like,
interested to see how that's gonna go about.
And like, she recognizes that, you know,
it's important to him.
It's important to him. Clearly, Belly cares about it too. She saw Belly break down. Like, she gets it.
The whole like, is she okay from Conrad? Oh,
Conrad needs to be protected. I'm so sick of seeing him be.
I need to go into my screen and personally give him a hug because I'm tired of this. I'm done with this.
That man needs a hug.
Yeah,
truly.
I will say some funny parts of this episode was Jeremiah being like, she didn't call, and then the whole like them getting to the hotel room and it being the honeymoon suite.
I'm like absolutely baffled at why he thought she was gonna call. And like, eventually she did. So I guess he was right, but like,
why he thought that they could work this out when literally, like, do you not remember the conversation you had literally like 6 hours ago?
Why is he so expecting on her calling and coming back? Hello, you called off the wedding. And again, it ended up being like a mutual thing, but like, why are you surprised?
And also, everything you hashed out while calling off the wedding,
Yeah, like
lots of red flags that you can't just be like, oh,
you were over here yelling at her, blaming everything on her, like being rude and mean. Y'all call off the wedding, and then you're over here expecting her to just come back to you.
Yeah.
Talk it out and be fine. Go back to the way things were. Okay, I'm sure. Mind you, while this was going on, you were being needy and rude to everyone around you. Disrespectful. Over here, first of all, so let's talk about that opening scene with Redbird. Redbird's over here like, oh, we can order you a little combo action. There's so many guys and girls that are harder than Belly. And you're just like, ha, Steven, they're laughing like, oh, all you can muster up is, hey, that's my sister. Whatever. Anyway, you're rude to Laurel.
To our girl Laurel.
Excuse me.
Oh, get behind me. Someone get behind me right now because I'm literally about to.
That was like no. Are you kidding me? And then you still expected to get back with Belly after that. Like, that's what baffles me. You are that rude and that disrespectful to someone who has been almost your second mother your entire life, who you've known for your entire life, who has been there for your entire life, who was not whatever.
She didn't even have to go and check up on him. She didn't really have a right. Like, yeah, they're close and everything, but she didn't really have to.
Not that she didn't have a right, but like she didn't have to.
Yeah, like, yeah, you know what I mean. And she did, and
she went out her way to like.
She was understanding too, like, and he just immediately like shut her down and was like, "No, you didn't want
rude, in the first place,
like, rude, disrespectful.
You're never my. You're not. You know, you're not my mom.
Hello,
and just be happy I didn't marry your precious daughter. Like, that's a slight, not only to Laurel but to Belly. Yeah. So why are you then expecting to get back together with Belly?
Also, out of everybody in your life, she's the one that's actually trying to, you know, check up on you and see how you're doing and help you, and yet he's just like, no, prideful. You
and then they do that whole little thing where he shuts his door and then he's sad, and it's like, am I supposed to feel bad for the kid? No, I don't feel bad for the kid. And then the meme coming up of like, you know,
they only see
the whole no one ever sees you suffer, and it's like, okay, well then why am I seeing it?
Why am I sitting for the whole episode seeing him suffer?
Like, no, it's whatever. And again, it goes back to it being so performative because you were really fine when things were finally called off with Belly. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, yeah, he's rude to Laurel. That was just like the breaking point. I said, no, I can't deal with this man.
The breaking point, but then it
just got worse. It got worse because,
again, I don't understand the purpose of this.
After the day she's had, which we'll get into later, but after the day she's had, does call you,
which is what you wanted, apparently.
Is what you wanted. She does call you. And then you're like, okay, kikiing about it. Weird. Okay, whatever. And then you immediately ask, so what is this? And she's like, well. And he's like, well, we can go. I don't remember the conversation. Basically, him saying, we can just, this wedding mistake, let's go back to the way things were. Oh, you mean when she had no agency and had to give into your whims?
Yeah.
Because you would guilt trip her?
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure that's what you want, Jeremiah. I'm sure. And when she finally, after the day she's had, decides to be like, no, actually, that's not what I want for myself. You're not what I want for myself. I'm going to do something for myself.
She even tells you she doesn't know who she is because of everything that's happened.
She says, I don't think that's possible. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm a different person than I was in the beginning of summer, and I need to go find myself.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have fun doing that. Don't effing call me again.
Woe is me. Oh, the theatrics.
Gosh. Like, that was truly, there's been 50 nails in this coffin. This was the last one. What do you, and like,
oh no, there's the one more trust.
But like, in terms of the relationship though, like, I expected this from him, but also part of me was trying to be hopeful and be like, you know what, maybe this is where we're gonna see,
maybe he's gonna start,
that's where we're gonna see Jeremiah's growth, where he's gonna be like, you know what, like, yeah, do something for yourself. Instead, he does this.
Instead we go down more. But you know what, the episode is last call, so hopefully like, we don't get anything from them.
Hopefully she gets away from him, blocks his number, and does not have to see him again. At
this point, I'm part of the team that's like, you know what, I don't care if he's gonna be your family, I don't care if he's your husband's brother, only brother, if he's gonna be acting like this, get away from him. Yeah. Both of you get away from him, because there's no. It's toxic, unhealthy, manipulative. Like, no, get away from it. Run. Genuinely run. And for him to just like switch up so quickly of like, oh no, we can do this, like, be hopeful. Again, going with the back and forth, but the being manipulative, and then just being like, well, going back to the whole, I didn't get what I wanted, so now I'm gonna act like an asshole.
Yeah. Like, it was ridiculous. And then after that, he finally decides, he's like, okay, well, she's not gonna come over anytime soon. Let me just fix myself up, get ready, go back to the house.
Okay, funny thing is, though, we see that Conrad goes back to the house, gets a change for Jeremiah, gets some Gatorade, some food, whatever. And then when we see Jeremiah come back to the cousin's house, he's literally looks like Conrad, because he's wearing.
Was like, why? No, first time watching, I was like, why is he trying to reheat Conrad's nachos?
He's
like, what is
trying
going?
To be
watching
like
everything,
what?
I was like, why is he trying to be like them? And then it clicked. Like, oh,
Conrad picked out his outfit.
That is so. He's styled by Conrad Fisher. Well, yes,
and that's the best he's looked all season.
Truly. So no, and again, poor Conrad. All this episode, he's just been feeling guilt about the way this has gone. Worried for his brother. Yeah. Worried for Belly. Worried about his family because everything's falling apart. Yeah. And then to be met with Jeremiah acting like an ass. Now. Oh, okay. It's just so annoying. Like, this whole scene with the two. And it just, again, hones in the point. Cements. Proves. Any other synonym for those. The point that this was a competition for Jeremiah. He was doing all of this to be better than Conrad. And he failed miserably, okay? Yes. Him saying, well, you know what? She didn't choose me, but she didn't pick you either. Oh, and then this whole, oh, I'm so happy.
This front of like being like,
I'm the one who gets to tell you. Yeah, this whole like, oh, I'm cool, okay with it because cool, I'm fine.
If you lost too, then it's a win okay. For me. It's a win-win.
Yeah, puts up this whole front of like, I'm okay, I don't care, you didn't hurt me, etc., etc. And then doing the whole, oh, I'm so glad I'm the one who gets to tell you this. And then, oh, well, she didn't choose me, but she didn't make it. All of that.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
This was after he found out that even after everything he knew that went on with Belly and Conrad and how Conrad felt, Conrad still had the decency and the love to get both of them a very meaningful wedding gift.
Very meaningful wedding gift.
And he still acts like that. I did not think I was gonna get to say that I saw a day where Adam was not worse than Jeremiah, but I think this is it.
This is it.
What?
This is it. Are you kidding me?
That man
and is then like, would never come back to the house, etc. Like, I don't even know what he said.
That's his house. If anything, that's his house. Why? It's gonna be passed down to him, not you.
This is so ridiculous. Get Jeremiah off my screen. I don't want to see him
genuinely,
again.
It gets to the point in this episode where you don't want anything with him anymore.
I'm like, why if I see him again,
I'm literally gonna close my computer.
It goes back to, what was the point?
Yeah.
I don't understand confused on what the point was.
Yeah.
Anyway, still in Cousins, we now get to see Conrad. And he's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave because clearly
we get the very meaningful conversation.
No, but I'm saying, but like his bags were basically packed. Like he went there and he was,
yeah, he's like,
he meets with his dad.
Literally like an hour.
Yeah, he meets with his dad before he's gonna leave.
Yeah. This is my favorite part of this whole episode.
It was probably the most productive part of the whole episode. This conversation between Conrad and Adam, where I just think it really helps Conrad to understand and also let go of a lot of that responsibility. Yes. He understands that he is being what his father was to him in a very
Mm-hmm.
difficult time for
Yeah.
him, and he does not want to be that. He's
Yeah.
like, absolutely not. So for him to recognize that, for him to do that, also for him to admit what has happened to his father,
Yeah.
I think that was really big, because Conrad is so continuously parentified by his father. You know, his father expects him to take care of Jeremiah, expects Jeremiah to be the one who did something wrong, which he was, but to Conrad he wasn't. To Conrad, he's in the fault, you know?
Yeah.
So for him to admit that to his dad and to admit that he loves Belly, Adam was so confused. He said, "What have I missed?" Like, he's like, you know what? I probably should start being more involved with my kid's life, because this is low key interesting, low key tea.
Yeah.
We find out that Conrad literally prayed for them to call off the wedding. Like, yo,
that man was doing
that immediately
everything
made me
that he
think
could.
of Ever Since New York by yourselves, and I already see the edits. Anyway, and I also think it was most productive for him to let go of that responsibility.
Yeah.
Of, you know what, I already hurt him. I broke up the promise with my mom. I need to let that go.
Yeah.
I can't be the one taking care of him.
Yeah.
People who are around him, who love him, are gonna be the ones to take care of him.
Yeah.
I need to work on myself, let this go, and like just grow on my own, away from the responsibility and the weight of all of that on him. I mean, I think it's still gonna weigh on him. It's gonna take therapy and time.
Yeah.
But I think that was a very productive conversation.
But he has
for that.
it. He has therapy and time. And he's going back to Agnes. Love
my girl.
her.
I need to see you back on my screen.
Yeah.
I really hope we get to see her.
My girl
again.
needs to like.
She might be the one who convinces him to write her a letter. I don't know. I really hope we see her.
Yeah, me too. I love her.
I miss her. I miss her, queen.
Yeah, what I get from this scene, a lot of things, but I really really liked it. Made me cry. And I think it was a good ending to like where the plot is heading. But what I got from the scene is Conrad really, especially from what everybody, which I assume he's already been thinking, but he really does like feel like he is the one that caused everything, that is causing everybody's pain. And he just feels that so much and hates that, because that is the last thing he would have ever wanted to do. And I know Chris had mentioned it in some of the interviews where he feels like Conrad feels like he's going backwards and like going back to his
like regressing.
Yeah, which no,
it's not,
no, because a lot of it is the environment he's in, of like, you know, all these people telling him like, you messed up, you are a terrible person, this is your fault, why did you cause pain to your brother, to Belly, everybody hates you, basically is what they're telling the man. And so he's feeling all of that, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, for him to open up to his father is so crazy, but also such a big step, to where it shows that, like, yes, there was all this past, there is still kind of a resentment, I would say, towards his dad. But I think this conversation kind of, he left with less resentment, maybe even like forgiveness, fully forgiveness,
because
because he was able to talk about it. But I think a really important thing from this conversation was, one, that they were both able to talk about it. He was able to confess to his dad everything that he was feeling. He prayed for it. He loves Belly. He hates that he did it. And I think one thing that I really liked was Adam admitting to his mistakes, because he doesn't really necessarily say like, yeah, I know that, like,
I think it really humanized Adam and his process behind where he was. Was it maybe the best thing to do? No, he still made a lot of mistakes, and Adam still is not,
he still has a lot of growth to do.
It's not a whole like, oh well, Adam all of a sudden,
I don't love him.
But it was a step to like really humanize him to his dad, and also to get Adam to realize that he needs to step up, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
He can't put it on Conrad.
For sure, which we then see. But we see Adam like basically saying, I messed up, and I know that I hurt you.
Yeah.
And I know that you hated me for it. And I think for Conrad to see that, and for him to recognize that Adam did that, I think that was a huge step for Conrad to be like, oh, like he knows he messed up, and maybe we can this can be better. But Adam is still has a lot of work to do. Like Mans was more worried about Kaylee than he was about his sons.
Also,
honestly.
like something that someone pointed out, and I don't know who it was, someone on TikTok, but like they pointed us out, and I'm like, wait, yeah, you're right. That it shows a little bit of how similar Jeremiah and Adam were in the sense of their ulterior motives. Maybe that's not the best word for it, but I think his question of why. He goes, oh, I told her I love her. Why?
Yeah.
Obviously because he loves her. Like, why else? But I think to Adam, like, it was kind of like did you want to mess things up? Did you what was your motive?
Like what was your
behind that? What was the reason behind that? Which is, I think, something that Jeremiah would think,
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do this? Why? Like, what's the motive behind? Whereas Conrad is like, well, because I love her. Like, why else?
Which I love that Conrad is still, after everything,
after
unapologetic.
everything, he's just been like, so unabashed about his love.
Her, and I love that. I love how much he loves her, and that he's telling the whole world, even his dad.
Yeah, he was like, well, because I do. Yeah, I love her. Hello. Anyway, we then get to see Conrad finally leaving Cousins.
Yeah.
And I think, oh my gosh, guys. So today they were talking about how the subtitles finally updated in the episode prior
for when
Belly's leaving Cousins, and it's Conrad who's saying like, Belly, let's go. So I think that's so like her having to leave Cousins to go find herself, parallel to like the next episode, him finally having to leave Cousins and like let go of Cousins, and way.
Also just
in the same way like she's having to let go of Cousins for them to later come back and find each other. It's just like
and come back to Cousins together,
because the assumption is that Conrad was the one that found Belly's key to Cousins that she left.
She was the first one.
Now I don't want to like assume a lot, because assuming left us where we are now. But like Loki, if he gave her the key, that would be so buzzy. Like so the key back, you know. But anyway, like I just love that parallel. Like it was him that she was hearing say like, let's go, Belly, and then for them to like both leave Cousins, this place that they both love in the same way, but felt like they might never have be able to go back to.
Because they both feel like they've lost it all.
Very melancholy right now, but it will be beautiful.
So how did it end? Crazy. No.
Crazy.
You literally, if you follow our social, wait, no.
Yeah, you posted it.
I posted it. If you follow our Instagram, we were texting, and she literally told me, she was like, I honestly think Jenny let all of this happen just so she could play How Did It End at the end.
Yeah, like this whole episode was just simply so she could play How Did It End while Conrad leaves.
Yeah.
Like that just makes sense, right?
And honestly, it is cinema. It is cinema. I want to go back to the conversation that he had with Adam, though, that I also think it was huge that Adam was giving Conrad advice that was good advice. And so I and that Conrad took it too, because he was like, wait, it worked with you for me, then it should work.
Like, he recognized.
I just love that, like the growth with that was just,
it is growth, because he recognized that while he does not agree with his dad a lot, and he's not like his dad, and he doesn't want to be like his dad, like he's like, okay, well, he's right about this, I need to let go, I need to go, I need to leave, I need to have that space. That was basically everything that was going on in Cousins
with Belly,
Belly, whom I wish to have spent more of the episode with.
Honestly, it was all fun.
The Paris arc was so fun and entertaining. It took you so many places. You're in Paris and you're stressed for this girl, because you're like, girl, what are you doing?
Girl, please
why are we
go
doing
find
all of
this?
Her arc was really fun, and I wish we could have seen more of it. I wish the whole episode was that, truly.
Yeah, because it did get ruined with all the sulking.
Like, you're over here, like, Billy having this adventure, going back to Jeremiah.
Being annoying.
Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, we see her. She's in her plane to Paris. She's over here being, of course, sad. Like, she's, of course, sad about everything, overwhelmed, stressed.
Thinking she's lost it all.
Contemplating, she puts the ring in her bag, and she's like, okay, like, I need to let go. This is her first I need to let go. and she lands in Paris. Out of many. She lands in Paris. We get that little "you're on your own" kid moment, which, guys, y'all, I can't.
From season one, we heard this song, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh my gosh, this is so Belly." Like after season one, and we heard
"You're on Your Own." Like you're saying when it came out?
Yeah, like after.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the show, like a
no,
in the show.
After season one came out, we heard "You're on Your Own," and a lot of people were saying, "Oh my gosh, this is so Belly."
That is just such a great song.
Yes,
it really is. Just
they finally used it.
But yeah, and you know, she's just kind of like feeling that electricity of being in a new place, and it's all very
scary,
like,
but
scary,
fun.
Overwhelming, but you're excited.
Yeah.
And then we see the whole thing with the study abroad. A lot of people were like, really, well, first of all, her at the airport, girl, get it together. You know you need your passport.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hello.
I was stressing out. I was like, girl, they're gonna start yelling at you real soon.
And I'm like, honestly, just lose the ring, please. Please. It wasn't even worth anything.
No, like actually, it was stressing me out because the French are so rude and mean. Rude and mean. Read. But they're so, and I was like, girl, they're gonna start yelling at you real quick. Like, please stop.
I'm scared for you.
She gets to her little, or her study abroad, the place. We see that was just Antonelle. That was literally my favorite line, is her being Antonelle. It was so funny. Like, Lola's delivery of that was so funny. That whole conversation, it was like really entertaining. It was so real because they're over here like, no, you don't have a spot. And she's like, wait, what? Like,
and then they were like, I can't believe you just came here because we told you. And she's like, well, you told me you had a spot. Like, what do you mean?
This is your fault. Like, literally, I would be like, well, this is your fault. Now you have to accommodate me.
No, actually.
Like, actually, I'm like, wait, no, this is definitely 100% on them. Like, I'll live with Antonin if I have to.
No, actually.
It was a little ridiculous how they did not help her. Like, I would have been, who's your manager?
No, not to be that person, to the like, dean right now.
Only came here because you said I had a spot, and now I'm here and you don't have a spot.
I called last night. It wasn't like the week ago.
She called. You said yes. Yeah. Okay.
Don't care if it was your mistake.
It's your mistake. You're fixing it. Put me in with someone. I don't care.
No, actually.
Anyway. So then that is a big blow, of course. Like, your whole plane is ruined. And we see that. We see the phone call she has with Laurel when she lets Laurel know where she is. She's freaking out. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm embarrassed. Like,
doesn't want to go back home.
Like, doesn't want to go back home, but like doesn't have anywhere to stay. And
girl, go back home. Just kidding.
She's freaking out. Laurel's like, buy the next plane ticket. Y'all,
Laurel's freaking out.
I felt very sentimental during this because it reminded me of conversations I had with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Where I was in a very similar situation. I was just like, Mom, I did want to go back home.
She did.
And I did want to go back home. And I did come back home. But I was like, Mom, I'm going back home. It was just like her with her mom. And like, I was just reminding me of that. Yeah. And anyway, I was like, oh. Anyway, I was like, I relate to you, Belly, girl.
Yeah.
So she's like, gives her good advice. Go somewhere, sit down, calm down, eat. Girl, you need to eat and drink some water, please.
Yeah.
And then buy a plane ticket back. You're going to be okay.
I think it's important to note, though, that she did not want to go back to Finch or to... Valid.
Like, that's found embarrassing.
You're about to get married and it didn't happen.
It's a lot. You know, of course, I understand why she doesn't want to go back. And then, like, Laurel's like, you have options. Yeah. Like, let's, you know, calm down.
But it's good in a way, though, because it did push her to, like, you know, stay eventually.
Yeah.
And really find herself in a place where she has to do it for herself.
Yeah, like, she has no other options. Yeah. She has to figure it out on her own. But yeah, we see her at the restaurant. Oh my gosh. She went to go pay that tab, and I said, girl, I already know where this is going.
Yeah.
I said, girl, no way. No way.
Honestly, I thought they were going to take the whole suitcase.
Yeah, me too. Like, why wouldn't you? It was right there. Anyway, we see that they take the bag. That cashier guy at the bar. We love him. He was so real. Okay, if it was
valuable, then why'd you
leave the bag? Like, hello? Real. Because why did you, Belly?
Oh, she said priceless ring.
I said, yeah, it is pretty priceless. Yeah.
Priceless.
Yeah. Anyway, we see that whole arc, and it was just, I got the arc. I really did. I think we did spend a little too much time chasing it, though.
Yeah.
And of course, people were like, "Well, it's a metaphor. Like she's chasing herself."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
like,
but we could have done this in like
I don't know if that's
sooner.
Yeah, like I don't think you needed to show that whole arc for me to know that she's, you know, choosing herself, chasing herself. Like I don't need that. Okay.
Right. Again, we go back to sponsor.
Yeah, like okay, whatever. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like by no means
it was
entertaining. Like, it was entertaining for sure, but it's just
like we need things. We need things. Can we move things along? Yes.
But it ends up with her meeting this new group of people that are eventually going to become her friends. Gemma, Benito.
Shout out to Benito. Shout out Benito. He's a Mexican actor.
I don't know the actor's name.
We love him.
Shout out. He's so cute. Him. We love him.
He's one of us.
Mi gente latino.
And I just know he's gonna serve, and I just know I'm gonna love him.
I really love him. I really do, because he's just. I really love all of them. They're so fun. Yeah. They're so entertaining.
Jerry. Yep.
And then
I love how he just like knocks some sense into her.
Like having a group of friends with like that all come from different places.
Yeah.
You know, like
different backgrounds, different.
You can tell he's like Spanish. They're French. I don't know where Gemma is from. I think
she's from the UK.
Yeah, like I don't think it was. She's not French.
No.
She's actually from Heartstopper. I don't know. Anyway, so like it's a again, that's what going to a different country does for you. That's what Laurel wanted for her. Like you meet so many different people.
You have experienced new things,
such different perspectives from people who come from all different places, because even in Europe, the UK is very different from Spain. It's very different from France, you know. So like that is gonna be so good for her, especially because she's been stuck with these same people.
Girl, yes. Oh my gosh,
please.
And I just love that they were able to show her like again the different perspective of like you're in your 20s, like you don't need to have it figured out.
Girl, what are you doing getting married at 21?
Right, like girl, what do you mean? Like, and you know, like you need to stay, you need to do things for yourself. Like it's okay you're gonna make mistakes.
You know, it's almost that's parallel to the conversation she had with Conrad and like what she said to Conrad, but it was other people telling her this in the moment where she's so low. So just be like, hey girl, you know what? You're literally gonna be fine. Like this is what being in your 20s is about.
Yes.
And again, there was a lot of ups and downs and
her though, soccer punching
that my gosh, that French guy.
That was really funny.
That was literally so funny. First of all, so many things. She meets these new people. She meets these new people and she's like, yo, my bag. Carrying the suitcases in this rave. Okay, girl. Again, it was so entertaining. It really was. She like approaches this guy and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would never. I'd cut my losses. Hello. But this man is just like, that's my bag. Oh my god, he's just so like funny. Dancing.
I love it.
And then honestly, of course she's frustrated, girl. This is why you don't pickpocket Americans. Anti-American pickpocketing propaganda on our screens, and I'm here for it.
You know everybody's gonna have those Apple AirTags with them.
Hello, that actually sponsorship did work actually. Advertisement work. No, but anyway, that was a great moment. Her just like kicking it and be like, well, is this your dress? Anyway. So yeah, okay, there was a lot of ups and downs and what she wanted, you know. She was like, no, I'm gonna go back home, like I need to figure out my life. And they're like, okay, figure out what? Like, girl, seems like everything's, you know, a mess over there. They'd be like, so you left Jerry, and you're just like and then Jerry. They'd be like, okay, so you just didn't talk to that other brother who just ruined his life.
Yes, please knock some sense into her. Thank you.
Also, oh my gosh, I love in the part where she is kicking that guy and like getting her bag back, Benito's just like taking pictures of her.
Okay, I hope like they get a picture of that and she eventually shows it.
She's like, well, this is my first 24 hours in Paris. Thank you very much. A wild 24 hours. But she made new friends.
Long 24
she
hours.
Had a conversation that I think she really needed to have. Again, it was just like that new perspective. Not this echo chamber of like the same people like telling you the same things, you know, a girl who's gonna be okay,
trying to pull you in different directions.
And then them trying to convince her to stay. She's like, no, I'm not going to. I need to whatever. The whole conversation.
But then she has that phone call with Jeremiah.
She has that like, last call with Jared freaking Wonka. And then she's like, no, actually, yeah, no, I'm not. Go back.
I can't go back to
go back to be with you. Oh hell no!
Even in the same vicinity,
like
no,
absolutely
I'm good.
I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm good. Thanks. Because I think at this point she had already accepted that she lost cousins and stuff.
Yeah,
and I think talking to her mom, talking to her mom, she kind of was like, okay, maybe like I can't go, but like it was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah,
but ultimately she decided to stay, and we had that quote of like. I had these pillars in my life. I need to get rid of them and I need to rebuild.
Yeah.
And with that Notre Dame symbolism, like that was great. That was a great.
I saw someone say it was like, did Jenny Han burn the Notre Dame just for this? Just to get this?
But also like, wait, where are we? Because this is supposed to be in the future. Notre Dame is already rebuilt.
Yeah.
Suspended disbelief. Anyway. It was good. Like I love that arc. I really did. While like people thought the whole bag thing was silly. It was silly. I don't think it was a metaphor for her finding herself. I just think it was. I mean,
you can read into a lot of things, but this episode was just so all over the place.
It was all over the place. Again, like if it would have been more of that, I would have been a lot happier because I'm like, okay, we're really moving along. It was a problem of pacing this whole episode, but. We're looking forward.
Yeah, look at us now. We're like more excited.
Again, talking about Belly does that to you. Talking about Jeremiah really just gets you down. But talking about Belly really just gets you up.
Yes.
Because we know it's up from here.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I'm just excited. Like, I'm excited for whatever is in store.
We have a lot of leaks. We have a lot of theories. A lot of people are saying different things. But we're just going into this blindly. Like
we don't want to, like, think too much about it,
if anything, this episode has showed us don't expect a lot of things because you might not get them,
which A, you might not get them, but B, like it might not be Jenny Han always delivers when it comes to Belly Conrad. She always does. So like I really do trust her to handle Belly Conrad with care.
After all of this, I'm like, you know what, I'm
getting my end game either way.
That's
true. I'm still patiently waiting for my Valentine's Day flashback.
Oh yeah,
which I'm hopefully pretty sure we're gonna get a next.
Me too. Yeah,
I'm like
for sure. If we
very convinced we're gonna get a next episode because I feel there might be a lack of Belly Conrad otherwise.
Yeah,
for reasons.
So we don't have any theories. We don't have any predictions. I mean, we do, but we're not going to talk about them.
We do, but we just don't want to get into them because again, we don't want to
it makes us upset, honestly.
Because we're like, oh, well, what if this and now we can't do this and blah blah blah. We're just like, you know what? I don't want to think about it. I want to think about it. I just want to get it. I want to have it in front of me. And I want to get to the good part.
But if we don't give a Valentine's flashback next week, we might be tweaking just a little bit more.
Just a little bit because it's like, but I really do, guys, I really do think we are. I think everyone's kind of like, no, we are. We have to. And I'm excited to see Benito.
Yes, he's going to shine. He has time to shine.
He has his little 5 seconds of fame and I love him for that.
And we just love him. We are Benito stands.
I'm excited to see Conrad back in California again with Agnes. I really need more Agnes in my screen.
Yes.
I'm really excited about that actually.
Yeah.
I have a feeling whatever.
I was gonna say something. What was it? Oh, that we only have 2 episodes left, but if you're in the Twitter space, you might have seen this, but we talked about this literally last night that you saw that we have 2 hours left, basically, maybe a little bit more because
maybe a little bit more. I'm
hoping final episode could be supersized, hoping over an hour 15 or something
around that
mark. But that's a whole rom-com more actually.
I'm like that's literally
so guys. Girl who's gonna be okay.
Girls who are gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Hope core literally because we're getting Belly Conrad at the end. We're getting fed. We really are. Like, guys, as much as a dumpster fire this past week has been in terms of...
It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. It's been wild. But really was because we got too much Jeremiah on our screens.
Yeah.
That's what Jeremiah does.
Look at what Jeremiah does to it.
Look at what too much Jeremiah does to a person. But we are looking up now. We are happy. We're content. Like, again, like you said, we didn't want to film this because we were like, we don't want to get upset about this again.
You know what? I feel better about it already.
I me too. I'm gonna eat. It's late Sunday. Oops, we waited till the last minute. Oops.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and
I was gonna say what I was gonna do.
Oh,
I want to eat, shower, and watch Gilmore Girls. Because guys, it's September.
Yes.
So I gotta enjoy something while I wait for my next Belly and Conrad dose. While I wait for my food. While I'm going through withdrawals. I could watch other episodes, but I'm like, no, I need to know what's next. You know?
Moving along.
I need to be distracted. If I can't have them now, I need to be distracted.
Yes. So. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope it made you see things in a different light. It made you excited for the next couple episodes. I know there's been a lot of different people saying like, I'm scared. Like, what if this? What if that?
Guys, we shouldn't be scared. I don't think scared.
If anything, we are getting Endgame.
And I really
don't worry about it being like, does she do like what's going on? No, Endgame.
Jenny when it comes to Belly and Conrad. Yeah. So I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm like curious to see how other things are gonna go.
Yeah.
But I'm not scared about Belly and Conrad.
And again, we might be disappointed in like the other storylines and like it didn't really get resolved like I wanted it to.
Okay, whatever.
But Belly and Conrad,
as long as I get my Belly and Conrad, we're gonna be fine.
We're gonna be okay.
So yeah, and if you actually did watch this, thank you. Because again, I think we're expecting less people to watch this. I think people are just over this episode in general. But if you did, thank you.
Leave a comment. Let us know like your thoughts, your struggles with this one.
What you're thinking, literally about everything. Because again, we have to have the crumbs.
Get through it with something.
Get through it. 2 more days. Mm-hmm. We're not staying up again.
No.
We stayed up last time.
We stayed up for this last episode. It was the worst episode we could have stayed up for.
We were so excited. We're like, okay, we're staying up. We're finally going to stay up. Because usually we wake up early.
Yeah.
We're like, we're finally going to stay up and watch it because we cannot wait.
No.
Oh.
No.
So we're not
doing that. I think it screwed up my sleeping schedule.
No, yeah. I literally slept basically all of Wednesday.
So not doing that again, but we are gonna wake up early because I cannot wait.
I'm waking up early. We're gonna watch it. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like we're still gonna have to wait to see a lot,
but the food that we're gonna get is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. We're gonna be in Paris, y'all.
As long as we get
Paris and California.
As long as we get less of Jeremiah. Which
I really do think we are, because why is that man on my screen?
Yeah, and we said this episode was gonna be short, but
I feel like it was long.
Guys, sorry, we just rambled too much. But hey, now you're an hour and a half closer to Belly Conrad.
Yay! Let's celebrate.
New episode at least.
Anyway,
and with that,
goodbye. We say goodbye.